What's up, everybody? This is Rashawn, and today I would like to give my thoughts on this latest episode of Dragon Ball Daima, episode 18. There's a lot that happened in the episode, and I would just like to share my thoughts on it. But there's a couple of things about episode 18 that I didn't necessarily like, so I went to kind of share those with you guys and show me your thoughts. So here we go. So starting off, one of the things I didn't like about this previous episode of Dragon Ball Daima is the way that they introduced Super Saiyan 4. Don't get me wrong. This is one of the things that I've been waiting for the longest for them to actually finally canonize Super Saiyan 4. But the way that they have incorporated it into the series is just was lackluster. It was very lackluster. And the way there was no build up to Super Saiyan 4. So essentially what happens is Goku's fighting the Demon King at this point in time, and just starting off with the Demon King, it didn't even seem like he'd be a threat. It seemed like the main threat of the series would be between the Majin, as far as Majin Du and Majin Ku. But needless to say, they're fighting the Demon King, and the Demon King ends up getting enough power to fight and knock out everybody. And then comes to the point where he finally knocks out Goku, and then Goku just laying there, and then we have this old Namekian dude that comes up. I don't want to say he comes out of nowhere, but essentially he comes up out of nowhere, and then he just gives Goku extra power. And then boom, he wakes up and he's going Super Saiyan 4. Bro doesn't even know what happened to him. He's just going Super Saiyan 4. And I just thought it was pretty lackluster. And granted, they did show the whole fact of the DNA strand for Goku right before he transformed. But honestly, if you're more new to the series and you didn't watch Dragon Ball GT, you probably wouldn't even realize what the DNA strands that even represented before he even transformed. If it wasn't for the fact that GT had already explained the Super Saiyan 4 transformation, you probably wouldn't even have got that representation within those DNA strands. And see, this is one of the reasons why I really appreciate Dragon Ball GT, because they actually went into the lore of Super Saiyan 4, explaining the fact that Goku needed to actually have his tail, which represents the full power of the Saiyan might. Needing the Super Saiyan 4 transformation, he needed the tail. And then not only did they explain how he needed the tail, they showed us the process of how they were going to even get the tail, so then that he can even go through this newer transformation. And then from there, they even showed us the process of that, how he had to go into the Great Ape form and then harness the power of the Great Ape. And then once harnessing that power, it then turned him into Super Saiyan 4. I really appreciated that. It made sense. And for a lot of people in the fandom and the community that said they don't like Super Saiyan 4 or GT was just a throw out or a wash, I don't really think they watched this series like that. I don't think they really paid attention, because it did a really good job of making this transformation make sense. But when Daima incorporated the Super Saiyan 4, they just threw it in there like grasping at straws. And it was very lackluster, and I wish that they would have did more explaining about it, or did more of a lead up or build up to it. Another issue that I have with this later episode of Dragon Ball Daima is the way that they handled the fight with the Demon King. I felt like within that fight they were holding back Vegeta or nerfing him. They had Vegeta looking like fodder with Piccolo and the Supreme Kai, just looking like straight fodder laying on the ground. Like, bro should have been in front and center of that fight. They could have had two Super Saiyan 3s going up against the Demon King. And they went even as far enough to have Majin Du pretend or makeshift a Super Saiyan 3 transformation to go up there and fight next to Goku, next to the Demon King, where that spot altogether should have belonged to Vegeta. He deserves that spot, especially with his new reveal of the Super Saiyan 3 transformation. Should have given him a little bit more time to shine. He came into the demon world, went up against the first Tamagotchi that he saw, went Super Saiyan 3, and come to find out, in the grand scheme of things, it's fairly weak, because that second Tamagotchi is not going up against this Demon King at all. And when Goku went Super Saiyan 3 in this past episode against the Demon King, he was actually boxing with him a little bit, but they have Vegeta laying on the ground like fodder, like I was saying before. They did wrong with that. They definitely could have did better, and they missed out on a good opportunity, in my opinion, to either have two Super Saiyan 3s, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta fight the Demon King, or do a fusion with the Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta, and that would have been a really good fight. Although they could still do a Gogeta transformation with Super Saiyan 4 if they some reason pull out of their ass that Vegeta gets the Super Saiyan 4 transformation if the old Namekian decides to power up Vegeta too. But as of right now, the way that it's looking, it looks like that's not going to be the case because, again, Vegeta's over there laying on the floor like fodder. And I don't know why they keep doing that to Vegeta. They keep holding him. Give him time to shine, bro. If you can't tell, I'm a Vegeta fan. I'm a Goku fan, too. I always like to see my boy Goku in action. But you have Vegeta right there, too. Why not throw him in the mix? They keep trying to downplay him. He's supposed to be the second strongest. Let him do second strongest stuff. He ain't got to win the fight, but be in the fight. That's all I'm asking. When it comes to the episode, of course, I liked it. It was good. I enjoyed it. I had fun when watching it. And I'm always up for more Dragon Ball content, especially if it's canon content. You know, I'm always for it. So I want more. I'm always there for it. But if it was up to me, I definitely would have made a couple changes. Would have did things a little bit differently. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And please like the video for more. This is the beginning of my content making journey, so I would appreciate everybody that stops by and watches, listen to the video, leave a like, and then don't forget to listen to my podcast here, That Time I Got Reincarnated, where I talk anime with my co-hosts Devontae and Jamal. You can find us on more platforms like YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, and more. And try to post weekly, but kind of falling behind a little bit on that, but I'm looking to pick it back up to get more active. So feel free to listen, show me what you think, give me some ideas, suggestions, or where to go next, or what you guys would like to hear as far as conversation, debates. So thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you'll enjoy the video, and until next time.